So when my highest weight, I was 302 pounds. Day of surgery, I was 298. And this morning, I weighed in at 147.
Yay.
And I tell Dr. Rich all the time that he literally saved my life. I know everybody realizes, you're 300 pounds, you ache, you hurt, you don't have breath. It hurts to walk across the room, you get out of breath or whatever. But I had an underlying heart issues that I didn't know about. Well, I knew about them, but I didn't know how bad they were until I lost the weight. Because everybody I'd go to is, lose weight. You'll feel better, lose weight. I lost 100 pounds. I collapsed. I ended up having my chest cracked open from here to here. I've had open heart surgery. I've had 3 strokes. The last one almost did me in. My youngest son, we were in the car on the way to Old Town Pottery, and he saw the signs. This is Stroke Awareness Month also. So, know the signs. They got me TPA within an hour here at St. Thomas. And I just love everybody in this area. So literally, they have saved my life multiple times because my cardiologist at Vanderbilt told me that I would be 6 foot under if I was still 300 pounds, and I had that first cardiac event. It was November 20th of 2017 is when I collapsed. So I had surgery 2015, January 2015. So I had 2 years, almost 2 years to lose the weight. So that's a little bit about me. I retired. In 2020, COVID hit. I said, I can't do this anymore. I retired. And at that time, I had a little side business, but it kind of taken off. I do meal prepping. I gear it towards bariatric-friendly recipes because in going out to restaurants and everything, it's like nobody caters to us.
Right.
You hand them your little card after surgery, and they look at you like, what?
True.
It's you want a child's what? And everything is not geared toward it. So I decided I wanted to transform. I love to cook. I'm an Italian, which is hard to do, and transform them into bariatric friendly recipes. So I'm glad y'all are here, and we're going to go over a couple of them. It's real quick. So before we get started, is there any food allergies I need to be aware of? Nuts? Awesome. I like this group. All right. So what we're going to do is there's recipe sheets over there. You can follow along. I do meal prepping, but I also share my recipes. There's only one recipe I will not share because it's proprietary. It took me 3 years to develop it the way I like it, and that's my cookies. I will not share my recipe.
Oh, sure.
I will sell you the mix, and you add your eggs and butter, but I'm not sharing my recipe for my cookies. So good with that. First off, we're going to do a quick dessert, and that's where I'm going to need Jonna's help with the microwave. With the microwave. We're going to make chocolate protein truffles.
Nice. Sounds good.
And then we're going to go with who likes potato salad. I'm going to show you a healthy recipe for potato salad using cauliflower. And then I'm going to end up with a good Italian sauteed garlic green beans for a nice crunchy side. A lot of fiber there. And then these I did for meal prep. I've got this for taste. This is my street tacos. This was my special this week. Last week, and I froze these, so we'll need to move these. These are my sweet and savory meatballs. So we'll do all that when we get ready. So without further ado, any questions? All right.
Do you have a Facebook? Like,
I do. If you want to, I've got business cards and
I got one in my pocket. Yeah.
there's a Facebook page. Ask to join, and I'll add you.
Okay.
And then we can talk more about my business after the presentation because I want to be conscious of everybody's time.
Thank you.
All right, so for the protein muffins, protein truffles, the only thing is I use is Bariatric Advantage High Meal Protein Replacement. I like this. You can use any protein powder. I like this because it's really fine and it's just a great texture. So it's a little pricey, but a lot goes a long way. Little goes a long way. Then the other thing that I have is cream cheese, just regular cream cheese. And then have you guys ever seen these? Fell in love with these. Lily's makes a brand, but I like Hershey's sugar-free chocolate chips. Does not, it will spike your blood sugar a little, but not like the real thing, because it's got a lot of sugar alcohols in it on here. So what we're going to do is, we talked about meal prepping and one of my favorite things to be successful. 10 years and 3 months out, I still weigh, okay? This goes with me everywhere. I go on vacation, my scale goes with me, all right? So what I'm going to do here is I've got the tier on, and I'm going to measure out 2 ounces of the sugar-free.
Is that the milk chocolate?
I guess so.
The reason I
Dark
ask, because I
chocolate.
use dark chocolate, and that goes a long way.
It doesn't say. I just get the 0 sugar, but when I go with Lily's, I'll get the dark chocolate. The higher the content, the better it is for you with the antioxidants and everything like that. I'll even use Ghirardelli intense dark chocolate, like 80%, just as a quick snack. So we're going to weigh out 2 ounces of the chocolate chips. Then we're going to go with 4 ounces, and I'd already made one of these for a client. I also sell these.
Now, is the cream cheese light or fat-free or just regular cream cheese?
For this, I like the regular cream cheese, full fat. One of the things I found is when I go fat-free, it's loaded with sugar. There's a lot of hidden carbs in there. Go fat. Fat will make you fuller. It'll keep your satiety. Is that right? Satiety?
Yeah.
Cessation.
Yeah.
It'll keep you fuller longer. When I have an option, I go full fat.
I've noticed
My
that
coffee,
the
I'll use heavy cream.
fat-free or the lower fat cream cheese gives me this really weird sensation after I eat it and after the surgery.
I usually do full strength cream cheese too.
Full
Yeah,
strength.
full strength, the real thing. Now, also, for like special occasions or whatever, I will make a cheesecake. And you, of course, got to use everything. So that's all I got in here. I'm going to cover it with plastic wrap because it will splatter all over my plate. Learn that the hard way. You can nuke it on high for 1 minute, and it should be ready to go. In the back. Okay. So while we're doing that, any other questions?
When you do the meal prepping, does anyone order it for their family, or is it usually just single plates?
Great question, both. I offer some higher carb options for people that aren't watching their carbs as close. But they're also, I do family meals, like a turkey breast, roast, veggies, and I have all those. I have family options there. But I also do meal prepping for individuals. Everything's a la carte, where you pick your protein and you pick your side items. They're all mostly low carb. Again, I've got like mashed potatoes, but people that normally order that for their husband or somebody that's not watching their carbs, kids. I've got one client, her teenage son, he's 14, he yells at her if she forgets to order his grilled tilapia and mashed potatoes every week.
Has anybody with kids ever let them eat some of this stuff with the protein powder? Because my kids will come up and they'll come to right here. They come here and they go, "Is it protein?" before they drink, and I go yes every time because I just don't want them drinking my stuff.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure. I don't know if they can have the protein powder, so I just tell them never.
All right, see what I did? All right, where's my spatula? And I'm just going to mix it all up. Like this. Now, you can do variations of this recipe as well if you're not watching your carbs closely, if you're more out. I've got one client, she likes to order it and I add like a fourth of a cup of chopped pecans and like a fourth of a cup of toasted coconut and make it. So, all right, so what I did is, that's what it looks like. Got it? All right. Then I'm going to add 3 scoops of protein powder. Again, bariatric advantage, my favorite. And then I'm going to mix it all together. Does anybody want to be a sous chef? Anybody want to help me?
Sure.
I was gonna say,
Go Sam, go. Go Sam, go.
All right. You got hand sanitizer? Okay. And then I've got gloves here.
Now, could you do like a peanut protein powder and turn it instead of being chocolate?
You can do any flavor you want.
Okay.
Chocolate is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I've also done like vanilla,
Mm-hmm.
milk vanilla with the, you add more cream cheese, of course.
Oh, okay.
And then I add dried cherries to it.
or freeze-dried strawberries would be
Or
good.
freeze-dried
All kinds
strawberries.
of options.
Okay. All right. See, I mixed it all up and it's a big blob. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to give this stuff to you.
So when you do make this,
Huh?
when you do make this, do you recommend putting it in the refrigerator so it gets cold and then you get
Well,
that
we're
way?
going to roll them out into balls,
Uh-huh.
and then we're going to pop them in the freezer. These
Okay.
need to be kept in the refrigerator after they're made. But I normally just pop them in the fridge, but because we're on limited time, I'm going to ask her to put it in the freezer for,
Yeah.
so it'll be ready to firm up.
Because I've had a peanut butter version of that, peanut butter dark chocolate with oats, and I would eat that in the morning.
Okay. Move over here. But yeah, you can use any flavor you want. And then I like to use just wax paper to line them. And I'll move this out of the way.
Free chocolate chips.
Yeah, free chocolate chips. Alright, and what I like to do is use a little scoop. And you're going to scoop them out like that. And then we're going to roll them after we get them all scooped out. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to roll them in a little bit of powder. After she does that. That's it. So we'll have dessert in a few minutes. My granddaughters, they're 12 and 13. They love these. They ask for these. So to answer your question, yeah, use the protein powder.
I had thought about trying putting like a Premier Protein and using that instead of milk in a cake mix, but I wasn't sure. I thought this could be a mess or it could be an inspiration.
One of the specials that I offer is I do protein muffins, and I use Premier Protein shakes along with Quest protein powder. Quest, I use Quest because it's really good baking wise. and it uses a ton of eggs. So I kind of suspended the muffins until the egg prices start dropping a little bit. Okay. So while we're doing that, I'm going to help for a little bit to show you what we're going to do is I'm just going to roll it a little bit like this, and then I'm going to coat them in powder a little bit, and then we're going to pop them in the freezer. Are we good?
Got like 3 or 4 more. If I can get it to let go before taking paper.
Yeah.
I got cake.
One I forgot to pack, is Pam.
Yeah.
Yeah, there.
Have you ever cooked with cassava flour?
With what?
Cassava flour.
No, I have not.
It tastes good in a flour tortilla. I've had that with cassava flour.
I
Low
use a lot of almond flour, coconut flour, xanthan. I use xanthan gum a lot. Flaxseed, and that type of stuff. But when it comes to flour tortillas, you'll see this. I used to make them, and it was like forever to press them, cook them. I found these at Publix. You can get them at Walmart too. These are 0 net carbs. I know we still do count total carbs, but it's all fiber. Fiber fills you up.
Well, that's where I go to Sprouts and get the cassava flour ones.
Yeah.
Mission thinks those.
Mission. It may be. I just started picking these up. Okay.
What's the name of those?
Labantera. Labantina.
They're good. I've had them before.
Yeah, the zero net carbs. And I'm diabetic too, so it does not spike my sugar at all. Okay. Yeah, just kind of roll them. I took my gloves off because I'm going to move to the next thing. All right, so the next thing we're going to make is, while she's doing that, we're going to make our potato salad. Mock potato salad. My glasses on here. Some more gloves. I made this one year for July 4th party. Didn't tell them when it wasn't real potatoes. It was all gone. Have you had it?
No, but I've heard of it. It sounds like it's good.
It's
I like
really
putting cauliflower in it and stuff. You can't really tell.
I did
It's
it
good
the-
if you season it and stuff.
I did it the first Christmas after I had my surgery, and I used the different colored cauliflowers.
Uh-huh.
And I just took it for myself. They didn't eat none of the other potato salad. They ate up my cauliflower potato salad.
But you'd be surprised how much people don't even realize it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I like to do to make, I started making it, and I would boil the head of cauliflower, and I discovered this little trick. Easy. Walmart bag of frozen chopped cauliflower. Defrosted. I just had it sitting out in the refrigerator all day. That's all you do. No cooking, no warming it up. There goes my scissors. And then I like to use cheesecloth. And I hate runny, watery anything. Right? I make a cauliflower, not a cauliflower, a zucchini lasagna when fresh zucchini comes in, and you drain all the water off of it. So I'm just kind of taking it and with the be surprised how much water is in here.
Wow. Yeah.
How are we doing over there? Awesome. Any other questions? So we were talking about swapping out stuff. Like I said, I go for the higher fat. I stay away from fat-free stuff. I eat a lot of salads. I mean, 10 years out, I eat a lot of salads. Greek is my favorite. I never buy dressings. I always make it. Lemon juice, little oil, extra virgin olive oil, some little dried seasons, and you've got dressing. It's awesome. And I spent a month over in London last September. You talk about eating bad. Everything's deep fat fried over there. And trying to find a salad.
Their salads are dressed with tomato.
They, well,
Heavy cream type.
they don't even have that.
Like
Okay.
that.
So, John, those are ready. We need to put those in the freezer.
So being 10 plus years out, are you still only able to do about 4 ounces per meal?
It depends on what I'm eating. What I found is if it's heavy in your hand, it's going to be heavy in your stomach. Like I can eat, a huge plate of lettuce, but I can only do 3 ounces of sirloin steak. For breakfast, I have like a large egg, scrambled, 2 pieces of Canadian bacon, and I'll end up giving the dog part of the Canadian bacon. So, it all depends. And when, have y'all had surgery yet?
Yeah.
I haven't.
One thing that I learned is when you first have surgery, go buy those little Dixie cups, the little bathroom Dixie cups. It holds 3 ounces. If it fits in there, it'll fit in the couch. Okay?
Did you have a bypass surgery?
I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy.
Well, I had.
Yeah.
I had sleep too.
I'm sorry?
Did you need more help?
Oh, no, we're good. Thank you.
Give her a hand.
I'll stand here awkwardly all day.
You get to taste first, right?
There you go.
Okay, so I'm just chopping these up, doing a little, the ones that are a little bigger. I'll chop it up a little bit. And who wants to eat while we go, or are you going to wait till the very end and taste?
Let's eat while we go.
Eat while we go. Okay. So first off, we're going to have this cauliflower potato salad. All right.
If you're a fan of mustard potato salad, would you just add mustard as well, or would you reduce one of these others?
Use whatever recipe that you like. This just happens to be what my grandma taught me how to do with the real potatoes.
I have another question, and I guess I'm mainly looking at long term, being as far out as you are. Do you still have issues with maintaining and getting in your protein, or how do you do that with still only being able to eat a limited amount of, like you said, the steak? Are you still doing protein shakes?
No, ma'am. I cannot tolerate a protein shake. I've had so many, it gags me. I'm being honest here. It's like I lived on it for first couple of years, and it's like I cannot do a Premier shake. I'm sorry. I will do once in a while, like in the summer or when fresh strawberries come in. I'll use my Bariatric Advantage vanilla, and I'll put it in my Nutra blender and a couple of strawberries, some ice cubes, and whip it up and drink a shake there. But I do it mostly for being cool instead of just getting the protein. On one of the Facebook pages, somebody asked me what do I consume during a day, and I ended up, I don't count anymore, but I did that particular day. I ended up about 750 calories, 80 grams of protein, and 32 carbs. And that's total carbs, not just our free food carbs. We have the free foods or whatever. That was the whole day. And I had like the scrambled egg, the 2 pieces of Canadian bacon. It was a half a cup of white beans, and ham that I had cooked. Ham and white beans, great protein, lots of fiber, fills you up, keeps you all day. And then for dinner, I had 5 ounces of grilled salmon on a bed of lettuce, and then I had a couple of my other candy that I make with the chocolate chips, and I use peanuts, and I make like a peanut cluster. So, but all that added up. So that's my typical day. And my husband yells at me because I don't get hungry. I forget to eat. I know that's coming from 300 pounds. It's weird to say, oh, I forgot to eat, or I'll get low blood sugar or whatever. Yeah, but it's a real thing. I've had I've known these two ladies for years, and I've had struggles, haven't I, Janice? Especially right after my open heart surgery. People, I couldn't cook or anything. Casseroles, dishes, desserts. Desserts are my downfall. Yeah, just come in, and I packed on 30 pounds like that. But I knew what was happening, and I stopped it. And we did remember we did a restart with Michael and Sharon and several others several years ago, and it's a struggle. So if you can keep it off the first time, it's a lot harder the second time, believe me. Okay. All right, so we got the cauliflower. All right. Then I'm going to add the other thing that I always carry with me is my measuring spoon. I always measure. I'm going half a cup or more if you want it of diced celery. And then I'm going to go with 1/4 of a cup of chopped Vidalia onion. Love Vidalia. More than that. And then hard-boiled eggs, protein. This is a hot commodity right here. I like. Does everybody like eggs? Yep. Okay. No egg allergies. So I'm gonna go half a cup, maybe even a little bit more. I'm gonna go a whole cup. I like eggs. All right. Then I'm going half a cup of sour cream. Again, the real fat, not the fat-free. Because again, if you look at the nutrition labels, they take the fat out, but they replace it with sugar. So eat the real thing. So half a cup of sour cream. And this is already 4 ounces, so I'm just going to eyeball this one. It's Hellman's. This was on sale. Well, I'm not going to do that.
Come in.
I brought the bigger bottle. I knew I was going to end up having to do this.
Right.
They're awful to open.
All right. That. My spoon. Dusty spoons. And then salt and pepper to taste. Pepper. All right.
We need to have her come live with us too.
And then you're just going to mix it together. Now you can put, pimentos and mustard if you're more into the mustard. Shredded carrots. My daughter-in-law makes it with shredded carrots and red peppers. All right. Looks like potato salad.
Pretty.
Huh?
Yep.
It's ready.
Wow.
So, how do you want to do this?
I don't know what would be the easiest way to do this. If you want to put a spoonful on each one and I'll deliver them, I don't mind. I'll do whatever we need to do.
I buy a lot of stuff from Honesty.
Where are they?
Morrison.
Seriously, yeah. They're so far away.
It takes me about an hour to get there from my house.
Does he live in what, Sheffield? He said he lives in Sheffield.
I go up to Beach Grove.
We're going to do green beans next. This is just a bag of frozen fine green beans from Walmart. Again, I haven't sent them out, but you can take them right out of the freezer. If they're frozen, I would put them in the microwave on high for about 5 minutes. With them being thawed out, I would do like 3.
3, you want me to heat up something, one of these while
Yeah.
I'm in there?
Yeah. What do y'all want, tacos or the meatballs first?
Meatball.
Meatballs?
Whichever one you do.
This one is in water. Oh, yeah. Cooking,
The leanest
Let us
beef
serve out.
that we can afford.
when you are cooking, all right, to be successful, you forget McDonald's has a drive-through. You forget that Whataburger's down the street. You cook, right? You food prep. If you don't want to do that, call me. I'll do it for you. But invest in a good non-stick pan. Love my Le Creuset. I also went to France while I was over in London, so I did the whole Europe thing. But look, this I've had for several years. You can hardly tell it's so it's non-stick, and I'm gonna heat it up while she's microwaving that.
Whatever the cheapest lean beef we can use. Sometimes we have to do 80-20, but a lot of times we do 90-10. And then we do turkey breast.
Just talking about eating steak a minute ago. You have trouble digesting it.
It took me 4 years before I could eat a solid piece of steak.
I can do like hamburger meat pretty good, but I can't do steak good.
There's nothing better than a nice porterhouse or a New York strip. Grill it. I would like 6 months post-op, I'd try a bite, and I would be doubled over in pain. 3 years, I on and off tried it. It took me 3 years before I could tolerate 1 ounce of sirloin.
I grind it.
Do you have a problem digesting pork chops? Because I can't eat pork chops, and I had surgery in 2008.
Yes.
I have a hard time because it's dry. It's a drier meat.
What I found is cook it just until the temperature. The other thing I didn't bring, invest in a good thermometer, a meat thermometer, the kind that has an app on the phone that you can put it in the oven or in the grill, and it will tell you, take it out about 10 degrees before it hits the temperature, like if you're doing like grilled chicken. To be food safety, it has to be an internal temperature of 165. Take it out at about 100 between 155 to 160, and then you let it rest, and it's going to continue cooking it, and you keep those juices. And that's what I've learned to do with pork chop. But I don't eat a lot of pork
because it's real dense meat.
It's real dense. If I do pork, my sons took my husband out to Outback the other night. I had baby back ribs.
Oh yeah.
I had 3 meals out of half a slab. 3, yes.
Now I can do that. The country short ribs, I can do those. I boil them and then grill them, and I can do that. But it's the pork chops I still have an issue with.
Try taking like an onion or some Lipton onion soup mix, putting it in a crock pot with some chicken broth, and cook the tar out of them, like 8 hours in a crock pot.
Yeah, and I learned the key is chicken broth. Don't do water, because water dries it out.
And I think
Anything else you want me to take away?
But everything I eat meat-wise is baked in the oven or grilled.
That's best.
Every now and then I air fry a piece of fish. Every now and then, most times it's baked.
and I'm like, the spices are in there.
I buy a little piece of chicken at Sam's, they don't for weight and throw half of it away.
Right, because he's so big.
I'm good, how you, hon?
Waiting on my psyche valve.
Are you waiting on? Good for you.
All right, so we're ready for the green beans, right?
Yep.
All right. Other things what you want to do is invest in some good olive oil. Olive oil. Oil is not. All oils are not the same. Right? If you want to call your arteries, get Weston. Olive oil. This one is really good. It's heart healthy. It will keep you lubricated. Even with all of my heart issues, the surgeon before I had my open heart surgery told me that I had the cleanest arteries that he's ever seen. But yeah, being Northern Italian in descent, can't go wrong with olive oil. And you know that it's pure, 100% olive oil if it's in a dark container. If it's in a light container, walk away, because they normally will mix it with canola oil or sunflower oil or something like that, and it's not pure. You want pure, cold-pressed, virgin olive oil. All right. So I've got my pan heating, and then
Where you got it scheduled?
I'm going to go with a tablespoon of my olive oil. I went ahead and I chopped up a clove of garlic, minced it, and what you want to do is you want to infuse the olive oil with the garlic, make like a garlic. You can forego the actual clove of garlic if you go to the place, the Epicurean Oils in the Avenue. Have you ever been there? Yeah, they have infused oils, so you can get like lemon or garlic infused oils, and you don't have to do that. It's over there by Yankee Candle.
Did they reopen because they closed?
Did they?
Yeah,
Okay, I did not know that.
because I used to buy oil from them.
All right, so I'm kind of just infusing it, because you're not going to cook these for very long.
Smells good anyway.
Huh? All right, and she microwaved these. I've got all the moisture out. I'm going to pop them in here. I'm going to sneak up your garlic.
I like this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so mad.
Salt and pepper to taste. That was a pinch. That's an Italian pinch. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Latita told me, she says that I cook like her grandma.
Yeah. Because you season your food. That's
And all you're going to do is just toss it in the olive oil until they are nicely coated and they're ready. Now, there's nothing wrong with good old-fashioned southern green beans that you cook the tar out of them with onion and a little bacon. Do that. But this is a quick fix. You want to get a quick green beans in here and not have to worry about it, cooking them all day. Okay, these are ready. How fast was that?
If you're using fresh green beans,
I'm gonna stop so I can help you pass these out.
Okay.
Do you use the same plates or?
I kept mine
You
too.
just want them to just come up and grab it?
Yeah.
Sally. Yeah, would you? Because I'm trying to video.
Maybe I will try one of them.
Yeah, this is.
I saved y'all some meatballs. Yeah. Okay, and then that's 2 for each. For you and Donna. And then also, can we microwave this? Yeah, of course. I would do about 4 minutes.
4 minutes?
Yeah.
Anything else you need?
I think we're done.
You want us to wash that dish first?
Sure.
No, save the sauce.
It's fine.
I know.
Save the sauce.
Just wash the sauce.
All I have to do is just put my meatballs in.
So y'all want the meatballs for the celebration?
Yes.
Okay, tell Donna. Okay, the last thing I've got is, like I said, this was my special of the week, which is my street tacos. And what I do is I take carne picada, is that how you pronounce it? Carne picada. Carne picada. Thank you. My translator.
Italian in the room.
Spell it.
Yeah.
But I do that, and then I take lime juice, garlic, fresh cilantro, chopped onions, olive oil, salt and pepper, and I marinate it for 2 days. And it helps tenderize it a little bit. And then I put it in my trusty skillet, and I will fry it up until all the moisture is out of it. And then I set it aside, and then I serve it with the 0 carb, what do they call it, tostadas? Or tortillas. And then I serve them with chopped onions, more fresh cilantro, chopped, and a wedge of limes. Where did the limes go?
There they are.
So while that's going, I'll tell you a little bit about my business. Everything I cook is, I have a standard menu that's available every week. Stuff like sirloin burgers topped with sauteed onions and mushrooms. And then salmon, tilapia, shrimp, grilled chicken breast, that type of stuff. The sides, green beans. I have a savory sweet potato cube that I take sweet potatoes, I cube them up, and I toss them with olive oil, garlic, salt, pepper, Parmesan cheese, and bacon. So all that stuff is available every week. Then each week I offer a special of the week, which I rotate. With it being winter, I did a lot of soups, the white bean soup. I have a really sought after, everybody wants it, is I can't make enough of it, is the chicken, what I call cracked chicken chili. I do chicken tortilla soup, and then when fresh vegetables, when it starts getting to be nice out, I go to the farmer's market. I make a zucchini lasagna where I take a mandolin and I slice the zucchini slices, get all the water out of it, and then I use those as noodles, and I make the lasagna like that. Chicken pot pie is always a favorite. I use I have a low carb pie crust that I've come up with that I have a little topper on it. It's chopped chicken breast and a gravy with peas and carrots. But like I said, I offer that, and then but everything's a la carte. So if you want to build your plate and you want a grilled sirloin burger topped with, and I offer the different cheeses, pepper jack cheese with sauteed onions and mushrooms, and a side of grilled asparagus spears. The small asparagus, all the sides, the smalls are $1.50 each. It's normally a half a cup to 3/4 of a cup. a full cup is $3. The entrees, normally, if it's a special, I try and keep it around $7, $8. I did crab cakes a couple of weeks ago with Maryland Lump crab. Believe it or not, I can get that cheaper than eggs right now. That was $10. So it depends on what it is, but I try and keep it like that. And a lot of people, after surgery, can get 2 or 3 meals out of what I serve.
And it's a lot better and a lot less expensive than doing these meal things that y'all get order. I'd much rather get it from her. That's what I'm going to start doing.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, you go to McDonald's. I'm guilty. I've done it. I will go through the drive-thru every so often because I got to have my Big Mac attack. I do a Big Mac salad. The taste of Big Mac, but without the carbs. You can get a large sandwich, medium fries, small drink. You're $10. Easy, right? It's not cheap anymore.
More like 15.
And my average plate will cost no more than $10, unless you're going with the high fancy like crab. And I have done a ricotta and Parmesan spinach stuffed ravioli. You get 2 raviolis, 4 meatballs, and it's in a vodka cream sauce. That's normally around $10. But again, if you think about it, after surgery, I can only eat one. $10, that's $5 a day. Can't do that at McDonald's anymore. So, okay, who wants tacos?
Everybody wants tacos.
Tacos.
Yep.
How much does she pay?
A box.
I brought plenty of tortillas. I'm not going to warm them up, but sometimes they're better heated. I'm not going to do that. Because we're right at 6.
You spend like $100.
All right, if y'all want to come up, and I will hand you a tortilla.
You want one?
Yeah, this is recording, so I'm trying not to. Yeah, because I figured.
Sure.
Sally, can you go this way just a little bit? Right there is fine. I just want to watch her prep it.
I'll start collecting things.
We have no shortage
I'll throw it away.
of creativity. Come a long way in the past.
And then squeeze it.
Would you like the taco?
Okay.
I was trying to get room for
Taking a picture of protein and like protein and water. I don't remember anything about carbs.
It's good.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. I just go in there and just look at everything.
I only have the
I go
medium.
there every week.
Oh, no, you're good. No, ma'am, you are fine.
My best friend lives about 2-3 miles from there.
Oh, 15 days.
What'd y'all think?
Delicious.
I think it's delicious. There's things that are good for us.
Delicious.
I got my letter for my piece so
A
hard.
lot of people
I'll
think
have
when I
one
go
more
to
way
the
in
bariatric
next
surgery,
month.
that's
Of course, my letter.
food has to be bland and
So I'm
low.
like,
I tell them all the time it does not.
I'm sure
This is a great idea.
Is that okay?
I do.
I don't want to be here, but okay. It's like you already done it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have all these questions or something.
We stay on there right now.
Right, that's like, yeah, you told me that last
I
time.
have a maid.
Are we going to introduce ourselves?
Oh, I guess not.
I want to know if he
Portion right on each week.
Oh, yeah.
Focus.
everybody did.
Oh, okay.
Like, they got to eat that one more way, just a little bit, but it's not like, oh, I'm dying.
My husband's
Like when you're really full.
So, Pat, what is the deadline for you take the orders for the week? I was asking Pat, what's the deadline for placing your order for that particular week? So she was about ready to answer that.
Yeah, so the way it works is I cook to order. So if you order, I cook it. If you don't order, you're out of luck for the week. I take orders Wednesdays. I post a special Wednesday afternoon. Closing out orders at 6 p.m. on Saturday. So you got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and half of Saturday to place your orders. You can text me, Facebook page me, drop me an instant message, pick up the phone and call me, email me. Any of those methods work. After I cut off on Saturday night, I tally everything that I have to make, and I prepare my grocery list, and I place my order to my grocery store company. And on Sunday, I get my groceries on Monday, and I prep on Monday. I cook on Tuesday. And if you are in Smyrna, Murfreesboro, if you have that address, or I'll even go out to Las Casas, and as far out to Christiana at the Christiana Elementary School is my cutoff. It's kind of like the Murfreesboro area, here in Murfreesboro zip code. I deliver on Wednesdays between 11 and 3. And then I start the cycle back up Wednesday night, and we are off to the next one. Payment, I do contact delivery. If you're not at home, I ask patients to leave out a cooler, especially when it's warmer months. Food safety is very important. I don't want anybody getting sick on me. So cooler with the ice pack, I'll put it in there, pick it up at that. I've got several nurses in the ER downstairs. I deliver. I pull up to the main entrance of the hospital and I deliver.
That's awesome.
Over at MMC, I deliver. And even the St. Thomas on West Lawn, I will deliver over there as well. So, like I said, free delivery. I do take fuel. If you want to chip in on gas prices, you're more than welcome to throw in an extra cent or whatever, but there's no pressure there. Some people like to do it. Other people I know are financially strapped at the time, so there's no question whatsoever.
And you do a week at a time?
I do a week at a time, yes, sir.
Is it 2 meals, 3 meals a day?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
I do offer breakfast options. There is a surcharge like Waffle House does right now in IHOP, where if you order eggs, because of the price of eggs, you just can't. You can't do that anymore. But I do like a breakfast, scrambled eggs, sausage, bacon, mix and match. You can build your own plate there. I also do what I like to call a protein-rich to-go breakfast, and that consists of a hard-boiled egg, some grilled chicken breast, some cheese, and it's been a while since I think I have some almonds that you can eat on the go. Lunches, anything that you order for dinner, you can order for lunch. A lot of my nurses over at MMC, they order, it's called a personal charcuterie board, and it's salami, pepperoni, 3 different types of cheeses. You can choose, what do you call it, like a piece of strawberry or some blueberries if they're in season or whatever. If not, I go pistachios, shelled pistachios. And then a piece of the Parmesan crisp. It's baked Parmesan. It's like a cracker. And then I'll even throw in some whole wheat crackers if you want the real thing there.
For video purposes, would you put your contact information so I can have it recorded?
It's, if you want to email me, it's pat.moosekian, MOOSEKIAN @gmail.com.
That's PAT.
PAT. You can text me. My phone number is 615-491-2605. And then you can ask to join my Pat's Protein Plates Facebook page. And I've got business cards here if you want to take one of those.
And I was on there looking the other day. She has weekly specials, but she also has standing menu also, correct? That you can order off of. So
These truffles
How
are
much
together.
change?
These truffles are together.
They are good. I think those are my favorite. I'm a sweet tooth person as well. They are dangerous.
Salad. Give me another one of those, please.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. This is great.
No, thank you for coming. Thank you, honey. I am.
It's good.
Okay, I'm gonna cut it off.
y'all heard us talk a little bit about the celebration. So once a year, what we do is we do